Good morning. Welcome to Winnipeg. This cup here, I don't know which is the best way to turn it. It's looking in the monitor so I can see it the way you're seeing it. When I turn it this way, you can see the lettering above the bow. Turn it like this, we can see the conning tower. Almost any way you look at this mug, it looks good. Especially being as it's of the submarine, which is what we're working on. Now, yesterday we closed off the episode with cutting a very, very, very delicate little piece of photo etch. And I got a comment from a viewer, and he said something to the effect of it's too bad that there wasn't a plastic alternative to this, and it is. I think that it would be a good idea if some of these major model manufacturers, gave you the option. You can either use a plastic part that is shaped like this, and looking here in step 36 at what it's supposed to be bent like, I can sort of see where it could be made out of plastic. However, they didn't, and this is what it is, and this is what we're going to have to try and deal with. Now, there are other things that I can do today to get away with not having to deal with this today. I'm going to have to deal with it sooner or later. Well, one thing is the popsicle sticks over there, or I guess those are more like tongue depressors. Yeah, they're a little bit too wide for popsicle sticks. But anyway, I could make up sanding sticks. Or there's these pieces right here that I still haven't cleaned up, and they got to be painted. But it might be kind of interesting to take this, and we'll just use Andy's bender here, and yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and figure out how is this supposed to bend, because it's when you look at the part and then you look at what it's supposed to be, you sort of think of how do you get that? And I don't want to be bending stuff the wrong way more than once, because you can bend it wrong once and straighten it out. But usually what happens with photo etch, I have found, if you bend it twice and then back, it generally will want to metal fatigue. It'll want to break off. It's not springing. It's not that kind of metal that you can bend it back and forth and back and forth. Okay. Yeah. Some people love photo etch. They'll buy the add-on kits that are 99% photo etch. And they'll meticulously do a wonderful job, and they're good at it. But that's not for me. I would far sooner everything was plastic. Which sort of it's not that I can't do it. I think I can do it if I can figure it out, and I think we should be able to figure it out. Yeah, I'm sort of seeing now, how this is supposed to go, and it's supposed to in some way support this piece right here, which isn't trimmed up yet, but it is somehow I believe this is supposed to be some sort of an air tank. At least I'm assuming that's what it is. It sure looks like it. It's not a hydraulic cylinder, I don't think. I think it's an air tank. And you know what? We should see if I can find this particular item, a photograph of it. There's that walkthrough of the submarine that's in Le the real sub, and he shows a lot of different things. Or maybe somebody who's watching right now knows exactly where there's a photo of what we are puzzling over right now. And in the comments below, just put the link. It's possible if you put a link, it'll end up in my what you might call held for review. But I always check my held for review. Every time I go on comments, I always check held for review, just in case YouTube in their infinite wisdom has concluded that something should not be seen by somebody, or it's nasty. YouTube is getting really good at that. Okay, I heard a door slam. Was that Missy the dog? Went for her walk? It could be. Anyway, we're ready for Missy. We did have a sunrise, which I'll show you later. Nothing special. The walkers did come by. That was special, but not different. It's special because it's every single day. It's kind of like this model show. I haven't missed something now for 5.5 years. I've had something out every day. Some really, really short, and some of them had nothing to do with the model, but there was something came out. I'm stuck in a rut and I can't get out of it. I think to myself, I should go somewhere. I could go on a holiday or a vacation, depending on how you say it, wherever you are. But then I think, yeah, but what about my model show, the model ship? I got to have an episode out. I don't know how to do it on just my cell phone. You get stuck in a rut when you start doing something over and over and over again. You feel like if you happen to take a break, well, you know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, something's going to be wrong with the world. Okay, enough of that. Let's recompose here, I guess, and maybe just lay this thing out and compare it to what trumpeter says it's supposed to be. It doesn't say bend this part first or that, there's something else second, It just shows the whole thing the way it's supposed to be, and you're supposed to figure out what to bend first. And then it's got to be bent so that it will fit this cylinder. Okay, I'm starting to think out loud here, and I'm probably getting really annoying. Okay, let's recompose. Okay, I've been studying this thing, and I can sort of see what's supposed to happen here. Maybe I get something better to point with. Okay, now, as near as I can tell, this whole thing is supposed to be some sort of a little workbench or something like that. At least I think that's what it is. This is the top. This tank is supposed to be underneath this like this, and this is supposed to be bent into a frame. Now, from what I can tell, this one, number 2, okay, number 1, number 2, number 3, and number 4, those are the legs that go down, okay? And when the legs go down, these fold at 90 degrees to form these pieces right here, okay? And the other one in behind. These fold up, and they sort of fold over themselves, which means that not all bends are going to be towards the folding line. So this piece sort of folds up, and then it buckles right there, and it ends up so that this part, when it comes straight up, it doesn't come up from right there. It comes straight up from right there. I hope I'm making sense here. The ones that I'm probably going to have to be the most careful with is these ones right here, which, as you saw yesterday when I removed this part, there's just a very, very small little connection there. So we're going to want to bend that the right way the first time. So I don't know how much of this I'm actually going to be able to use Andy's photo etch bender for. I might be better off. Okay, these pieces here. Yeah, obviously, I think we should bend these so that they will look like this first. Then bend these other pieces up and then fold them back, and I can sort of see what I'm supposed to do here, but it's difficult to describe without actually doing it. So yeah, let's just recompose. Maybe I'll stick the macro lens back on. Where's my tweezers here? Now we're going to want to put this in such a way. Are we going to be able to actually do that now? Because it has to go in quite a ways here so that we can grab onto. Okay, we can't get this in far enough to be able to clamp it down. I might have to do this sort of off camera with the photo etch, with the Tamiya photo etch plier bender. Yeah, I want to try and do these bends first. Yeah, I think I'm seeing how this is supposed to go. The radius that we have to put in is going to be from here to here. Okay, and that's this little part right here. Okay, to accommodate this, and so this has to be bent over to this diameter. Oh man, I'm actually enjoying this, believe it or not. I know I'm doing a lot of groaning and moaning and complaining, but it's kind of fun. It's kind of fun.
It isn't like your motorcycle. It
Oh.
looks too much like a bicycle.
Oh my goodness, come on in, Missy. I got something for you. This is the most timid you've ever been.
Oh, it's the motorcycle.
You know, it could be because I gassed it up here about an hour ago, and maybe she smells the gas. Hey, look what I got here for you. Huh?
Gluttony versus fear. Gluttony wins.
See? It's not so bad. It's not so bad. You're supposed to chew it. Don't try and swallow it whole. Yeah, you're supposed to chew it. Did that taste good? Okay. All right, let's go back out and see Max. Yeah.
Are you getting an early start this morning?
No, I'm not actually. I
Did
saw.
you have to get up because it needed to be gassed?
I got up. I got up because it was past time to get up.
Like. You know,
Yeah.
stretching the neck.
You know, it could be that there was an animal or something had left a scent, had gone up onto my step. It's possible.
It was funny. She was getting down towards the end of the corner, and she was slowing down, and then she wouldn't go towards Pioneer Trail at all. She just stopped and said, nope.
Well,
I thought it might have been a coyote, but then sometimes she says, oh, I don't need the poo. We'll go straight to Uncle Ron's for bacon. Who knows?
Yeah.
Rainy's better at figuring out what she's thinking than I am.
Well, we can only guess, right, Missy? Yeah, because we can't talk dog, and you can't talk people.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Beautiful morning for a ride.
Isn't it a gorgeous morning? Yeah, just absolutely fantastic.
Are you tempted to get on the bike and just go?
Yeah, I sort of am, but I've got a very, very delicate little piece of photo etch that I have to try and bend.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Better you than me.
I got a comment from one of the viewers and said it's too bad that they didn't have plastic alternatives to some of that stuff. And boy, is that ever true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, Missy. I think we probably done you to death here, haven't we? Yeah.
Penny is still locked in the basement type of thing, or in the laundry room, but she's getting better and better. Brighter and brighter.
Well, that's good. That's amazing. I thought you'd be carrying that cat out in a bag.
Yeah. It's the insulin, I guess. We got another 3 or 4 days, and then we'll get her blood checked and see if we need to alter the dose of insulin or not. It's keeping her alive, keeping her alive. I can appreciate that.
Well, it's sure a beautiful day here. Beautiful day.
You're a lovely dog. Some of the daycare vehicles whip right through here, and I've been pulling Busy to the side, giving them the slow down sign.
Well, they're
late for work.
Yeah, that's right. They're in a hurry. Fortunately, at this time of the morning, there's not a bunch of little kids on the streets, so.
Well, not during the summer.
No, that's true. That's right.
They're just ready to go to school in the wintertime. Yeah. Yes, Missy. What a dog, Missy. Doesn't that Uncle Ron smell good? Yes. I can smell that plastic and glue and stuff. Great.
Yeah, and essence of gasoline.
Yes. Yeah, well, she was funny this morning. She got by the motorcycle, but boy, she didn't want to be on the steps. You may be right.
Yeah, well,
A coyote or a fox may have been
it could have been something came to my door last night and left a scent. Huh? Okay.
Or even that big, mean, feral cat.
It could have been.
It's like Bob.
Okay, on Andy's photo etch bender here, there are 3 pins. There's this one that's obvious, this one that's obvious, and then this one, which is not so obvious, but it does go all the way through. Now, I discovered a few minutes ago that if I put this piece on in the right place, we can do some of these more crucial bends. Okay, we can get it so that it will just... Where is it here? I had it a minute ago. What happened? Okay, it actually went all the way through, and I was able to grab onto... Oh, there we go. Or almost grab onto. Now, why did I think that worked before? And now that I've got the camera running, it's not really working. It was... I must have done something a little bit differently here. What was it? Unless I was to go like this, very carefully, and get this one around like... And well, now it's not working. It almost goes. Maybe I thought because I almost had it that I could get it to fit all the way here. What happened here? Or was it maybe... Okay, let's turn it around. I'm sure I had it. Go like this. it just doesn't quite make it. Almost, but not quite. So I want to be able to clamp this down, and the idea would be then I could take and I could bend this piece up 90 degrees. I probably still could, but I'd like to have the nose of the breaker bar more closer to the bending line. Well, that's too bad. Okay, so for those of you who don't go back too far in the model ship series, you may not recognize this as being Andy's bender. Andy's photo etch bender. Canadian fellow here in British Columbia, I believe, by the name of Andy Whitaker, saw me using this way back in the Bismarck build. This, by the way, is my very first photo etch bender. Just as you can see, it's a hinge, and the idea was that I would hold it down on a piece of glass, like this is glass here, and then I could put my photo etch underneath the edge and sort of press it down, but it wasn't it kept moving around. It didn't work very good, in other words. So I think Andy felt sorry for me, and he made this up. Now this is one of a kind. There is no other exactly like it in the world. Although there are similar, naturally. But yeah, this is homemade. This is actually one of probably the most cherished item I have on the model table, because somebody thought enough of me to make this up for me, and it's one of a kind. So yeah, very special. Okay, now, but as you could see here, it's just not quite big enough for this. Now I'm going to try and use this, even though this is very, very problematic. Maybe I could tape the back of it down here, and so that it didn't move around. Okay, let's just, for the fun of it here, see if we can very carefully just move this out of the way. Let me check the monitor. Am I still centered here? Kind of. Maybe I should recompose. So the idea is, yeah, this might work if I can keep it from sliding on me. I got to hold it down. I'll just move in a little closer here, and then we'll get a razor blade here, and we should be able to. Okay, yeah, I'm going to recompose so that you can see what I'm doing. Okay, I realize that you can't see it, but it's just above your field of view here, but I've taped the other half of this hinge down onto the glass, so it doesn't seem to want to be sliding around, which is a good thing. Okay. I don't remember actually doing that way back in the Bismarck build, but now we want to try and get this back so that it's just the nose of this bending bar or hinge is just going to. Let me check the monitor. I could maybe come back just a little bit more here. Maybe I could use this and then I can see better. I think I've almost got it. Maybe I should quit while the quitting's good here. Okay, if it gets too far in, then that's not good either. Now, I'm thinking that maybe my hobby knife, I might be able to manipulate my hobby knife better. Okay, so I want to get the blade. See, I don't want to bend this up because this actually bends the other way. Just this little tab here, we want to bend it up. So it'll be 90 degrees to everything. like that. Okay, now if we can do the other one, I don't see why we can't. Let's try and hook underneath here. Okay, now we use the back of the blade. There. Okay, I think that's about 90 degrees. Maybe this one could go just a little bit more. Okay, now I'm realizing that I've got a problem. And the problem is this. Let's lift this up just a little bit here. If we can. Well, maybe we'll just move it right back. Now, we've got to bend these ones here. So the problem is I can't lay my my bender down now because it'll wreck these things here that we just bent. I might have to just let me push stop here and think about this. I'm realizing now that there are so many compound bends on this thing, and it's probably going to be impossible to do them all on camera. In fact, this might be the last that I'm able to do here. I'm just going to hold it down with this blade very carefully. I'm just holding the blade with my one hand and poking underneath with the other. And we want to try and bend that up at right angles, like that. Okay, now we're going to do the other one the same way. I know my movements are probably being magnified annoyingly a lot. Okay, now try to pick that up. Okay, so we now have all four of these things that have to be bent up and are going to support the little tray or desktop or whatever that's supposed to be. Now the rest of these, like we've got a bend here. Remember I was talking before about a bend where this piece actually, it bends right around 180 degrees and lays on here that I'm touching right now. And it sort of has to do sort of a buckling thing. Now I think what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take the Tamiya photo etch plier, and I'm going to just do this off camera. I love to do things on camera, but this is just so delicate. And then afterwards, this part from here to here has to be bent to accommodate that cylinder. That'll probably be the last thing we do. I haven't quite figured out yet how I'm going to do that, but I'm sure we'll figure something out before we're done here. Anyway, we do have these four bends done now. Okay, this is basically it. Now, in order to accommodate this cylinder here, this piece that I'm touching right now has to be bent like this. In other words, a semicircle. It's obviously the same with this one here. But this is basically it. Now, when I bend these up like that, that is going to shorten the distance from here to here, and this bottom piece that I'm touching right now should come up against this other leg, which I'm holding onto right now. And then I plan to solder this to this. That's the plan. I still haven't in my mind figured out exactly how I'm going to bend this so that it's perfectly round or semicircle. to the same diameter of this thing right here. But I think I did pretty good. It actually went in some ways better than I thought it would. And you can see now what I was talking about when I was saying that this had to be folded back against itself. Yeah, I think I did pretty good here. I think I deserve to go for a motorcycle ride, don't you? I did get out for a motorcycle ride. I went to the old neighborhood. Yeah. If you want to see the run, well, it'll be probably posted later this evening. Anyway, I had done absolutely no editing up until I got back from my ride. And I was, you might say, shocked at how much I had. It took me quite a while to get this all edited out. Now, yeah, I'm going to call her quits for today, folks. Thanks for watching. And all being well, we'll see you tomorrow. Stay tuned for this morning's sunrise.